Welcome to Bulls, Beers, and Brawls. You got Big B here with you. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. Hey, we had BKFC Squared Circle return to Canada back in Edmonton Saturday, August 31st. Part of the Prospect Series once again. And you know what? The night delivered. Awesome nights of fights. I mean, it checked all the boxes for me personally. I had some bowls, drank some beers, and definitely watched some brawls there in Edmonton. Wasn't there live, unfortunately. Obviously, Edmonton is a little bit too far away for me to travel for one night. It's just not. I tried to make it work, and it just doesn't work. So I know a lot of people think, "Oh, you're in Canada, you should go see the show," but yeah, Canada's a spread out land. So anyway, enough blabbing. Let's get to the results here. We had an awesome nights of fights, as mentioned. I'm going to start with the main event, work my way down all the way through the card. Let's go. Main event at BKFC Edmonton, we had a welterweight scrap. The 1-0 Drew Stuve, he was taking on the 2-1 Sonny Smith. And you know what a main event here. Both men got knocked down. Both men picked themselves up. And then Stuve just took control, eventually flattening Sonny Smith in the second round. It was a great scrap. And you know what, Feldman, everybody over there at BKFC, get Stuve on a number card. He deserves it. A co-main event at BKFC Edmonton, we had the returning Hassan Al-Ghanim. He was 1-0, taking on the returning as well, American Ryan Ibsen. This was a lightweight scrap, and let me tell you folks, this was 5'5" versus 6'3", and David slayed Goliath here. I mean, fuck me. Hassan has devastating power. The dude is a literal wrecking ball. He gets the first round knockout. Look out, lightweight division. The feature fight in Edmonton was a lightweight scrap. We had Chad Lucanis taking on Zach Pennell. Lucanis was 1-0 going in. Pennell was 1-1. And Super Chad puts another victim away in the first round. The dude has power, and I mean, it's scary. Lightweights, beware. Lucanis is on a tear. Main card also played host to a heavyweight bout. We had the 2-1 Jonathan Miller. He was taking on the debuting Bodan Kotak. And you know what, folks? The debuting Bodan Kotak just absolutely ran through Jonathan Miller. 2 knockdowns within a minute, 5 seconds. Gets the finish. It was absolutely impressive power and accuracy. Look out, because if this dude continues on this kind of run, it's going to be insane. In the heavyweight division, things are going to be heating up real soon. We also saw a light heavyweight scrap. We had the debuting Taylor Bull. He was taking on another debuting scrapper, Chris Hamlet. And what can I say in this one? Taylor Bull. That's it. I mean, he walked through Hamlet, cool as a fucking cucumber, instantly put the light heavyweight division on notice. A minute 5 seconds is all it took for the knockout for Raging Bull. BKFC Edmonton also saw a welterweight scrap between 2 debuting fighters once again. We had Caden Scott. He was taking on Dan Godoy. And you know what, folks? This was a decent scrap. Had flashes of wicked action. I mean, in the end, Scott kept the distance, used his reach, nabs a unanimous decision. The dude is young, and there's no doubt he's going to be a force in the future here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they said he was only 19 years old. So, I mean, if that's the case, Sky's the limit here for Caden Scott. And the lone female fight in Edmonton was a strawweight scrap between two debuting fighters. We had Alexandra Delgado Lopez. She was taking on Jessica Ruiz. And this was a good display of skills as Delgado Lopez gets the second round standing TKO. That's pretty damn rare in BKFC. I've been watching it for quite a while, and it's not something that you see very often. A standing TKO. In the end, it was just too many unanswered shots absorbed by Ruiz. And opening up the main card was a cruiserweight scrap. We had two debuting fighters here. Once again, a big theme of the night, and that's kind of what is so cool about these prospect series is you get to see a lot of young up and comers, potentially up and comers, and that's what it's all about here. So once again, two debuting fighters. Cruiserweight division opened up the main card. We had Caden Giroux. He was taking on Trevor Bosniak, and fuck me, this was a quick one, and it was over in a hurry due to injury. Bosniak got clipped. His ankle fucking popped out, and the fight was done. Obviously, I mean, at first I thought his ankle was broke. I mean, it looked fucking disgusting. But it turns out like it must have just popped out of sockets or dislocated or something. And Bosniak fixed it himself, and he was walking around after the fight was called, like what? What's up? What's up? Why was the fight ended? It was pretty fucking crazy. But it was only 10 seconds of action, so didn't really get to see much from either men, unfortunately. And into the prelims now from Edmonton, we had a middleweight scrap. Kamani Crawford, he was taking on the Nasabi Muhammad. Crawford was debuting. Muhammad was listed as 0-1 going into this one. And what a rock'em sock'em scrap we had here. Both threw and fucking received bombs. And neither one of them went down. In the end, after 5 rounds of knuckle busting fucking fighting, Crawford earns the unanimous decision. And you know what? He looked pretty good. There's a few things he's got to tighten up, transitioning from traditional boxing, glove boxing. But he's well on his way. I look forward to the future there for Kamani Crawford. And in what would have been the second fight of the evening, we had a welterweight bout. 1-0 Matthew Sokolukchuk. He was taking on the debuting Nash Diedrichs. And you know what? Beautiful body work led to another victory for Sokolukchuk here. Wow, he looked good. He looked really good here. First round stoppage, moves to 2-0. I think he's got a very bright future in the BKFC. And opening up the entire card, we had a featherweight bout. 1-0 Robert Descharnes. He was taking on the 0-3 Glendale Futrell. Stutter. This one was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. In what should have been a great fight, it just turned into a quick stoppage due to injury. Descharnes wins as Glendale just jacked his shoulder and basically couldn't continue. I mean, on paper it looks good for Descharnes, but obviously you could tell from his reaction that it wasn't quite the victory he was looking for. So he was a little disappointed too. But hey, on paper he does move to 2-0, and I hope we see a quick turnaround for Robert here, because that certainly wasn't enough for any of us. There you have it. There's BKFC Edmonton Prospect Series. Like I say, I really enjoyed that event. Good action all throughout. So what's next for BKFC? Well, speaking of Canadians, we've got Jean Masson Wong going up against the one and only Christine Faria, looking to be the first woman to beat Faria in what feels like forever. But Canada does have a shot at bringing home some gold. So another huge event going down in Salt Lake City next weekend for the BKFC. Other than that, I thought Edmonton was good. I was happy to see them come back to Canada and get to display some more Canadian talent and search for more Canadian talent. That's always good to see. I really hope they can branch out in the future here in Canada and hit some different markets other than just Edmonton and even Alberta overall. So something a little closer to home would be greatly appreciated, guys. Anyway, that's all I got for tonight. Till next time, everybody, take care and peace. I think the from all over the